This is Royal Bay in British Columbia. Former industrial gravel pit, soon to be neighborhood of your dreams. Located on the southwestern tip of Vancouver Island, this piece of waterfront heaven is within eyeshot of Victoria, nestled right into the cute and cozy city of Colwood. The British Columbia Investment Management Corporation has big plans for this reclaimed parcel of land. When all is said and done, it will house almost 7,000 people. The community will have new schools, several businesses and restaurants, as well as cycling and pedestrian-friendly roads. A whole community is about to be built from the ground up. Now that the project is a go, the developer has to move a lot of dirt, and they want it moved yesterday. Trouble is, they don't have big enough equipment anywhere on the island to get this job done on time. So the call is made to Kidco Construction, the company with an arsenal of all the best machinery. And most importantly, the Caterpillar 657 scraper, the biggest scraper on the planet. And getting these monster machines to the West Coast, Kidco Construction is up to the challenge.
You all right to come out of there now, Mike?
Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, we're okay.
Let's just do what we have to do.
Due to the scraper's gargantuan proportions, the guys at Kidco will have to dismantle the 657s and then ship them in sections. The pieces will then travel over 1,500 kilometers from Kidco's home in Calgary, Alberta, to the development in Colwood, BC.
Well, when it comes to 657, they're too heavy to travel in BC, so we have to split them to make two loads out of the one piece of machinery. A good day and a half to tear them apart, and then a day for us to get everything loaded, ready to go.
Pick it up from the end here, and we'll just see if we can't catch the end of it, and then you can just take it right in, eh?
Well, the stands take the bounce out of the tires. You hit some of these low spots there with where they got the culverts in where they sink down. The chains come down, and when you come out of them, they snap, and just to avoid breaking them and that.
A 657 scraper weighs 76,000 kilos. Even split apart, it's a hefty load. Locking this beast down safely to the flatbed is no small task. You've got to check, double check, and then check again.
We're good to go.
It's a sizable job. It's one of our bigger ones. It's a little bit outside the box for us because we generally don't work out of the province.
There's no other company in Alberta or in BC that could go and pull this job off, so that's why we got the job and our reputation.
Keeping my fingers crossed that we have no issues on the road like tires or breakdowns, because the transportation across the water it's set. One truck's not there, it kind of messes things up.
Kidco is ready to serve these monsters up for business.
We're getting it done, man. We got a city to build. We move the earth, man. That's what we do.
But this haul is no piece of cake. It's 3 a.m., middle of the night, but the Kidco guys want to get an early start. This load is heading through the plains, over the mountains, and across the ocean.
Put an extra flag on this thing too.
One final check, and it's bon voyage.
Okay, we're looking to be in good shape. Radio check there, Kenny?
You have that on the radio.
Okay, yeah, I'll set it to 17, yeah.
Just make sure that we're all on the same limit.
Okay, we're ready to take off.
You all right to come out of there now, Mike?
The guys are off. They head out before sunrise today to make sure they arrive on time for the barge tomorrow.
These old guys, they like to get going early, eh? So I gotta follow in line with them.
It's full speed ahead for the crew as they coast through the prairies. It's flat and it's straight, and they're making good time with the heavy loads. With no hills in sight, the only thing climbing so far is the gas bill.
Stop for fuel, it takes 10 or 15 minutes, and by the time you get back into your truck and rolling on the road again, you lose about half an hour. We're trying to get this done quickly and efficiently and safely. That's the biggest thing. We don't want to have any incidents, and we've got to protect our carrier profile for our company and make sure that, we're playing by all the rules and we can deliver our scrapers.
But not long into BC, the Kidco team hit their first snag.
Another stop here, Mike.
Traffic in the mountains can be treacherous. An accident or even light construction can cause hours of delays.
Yeah, there's a good lineup of cars even behind us, eh?
But the guys are bound to the trucking time restrictions. After 13 hours of driving, you have to stop for 8 hours of rest. These rules apply whether you're making time or time is passing you by. Mike takes advantage of the timeout to check on his load, and before too long, the traffic starts to move. But these delays add up.
Yeah, these are things that you come into work early, you try to get a good start to the day, so when something like this comes up, you can make up the time. We'll have to check and see what we have for driving time when we hit Kamloops. We're at that 13-hour range, and we've kind of had enough for the day. We might have to call it quits there, get some shut-eye, and then make that deadline tomorrow on the barge.
Back in business, the crew hopes to make a steady push before calling it a day. The terrain is no longer serving up plain vanilla. This here is Rocky Road. It's on these types of roads, with these kinds of loads, where the relationship between long-haul trucker and pilot driver is most important.
The biggest thing is communication with your pilots, and they kind of let you know what's coming ahead, or if you're coming into a construction zone, if you have to change speed.
Yeah, that one's about an 80 there, Mike. Kind of rough there where they patched it.
Okay, thanks.
No matter how smooth the highway may seem, these operators have to be on their toes. There are sure to be potholes, dips, and uneven parts of the road, and the drivers have to be ready for these curveballs.
Got scared about, 20 minutes ago as we came out of that last construction zone and kind of came around the corner and the road banked to the right. The load really leaned into that shoulder and gave me a bit of a scare there, but the big rock's still on the trailer, so we're doing all right.
These corners aren't too bad here, Mike. A little bit sharp, but they'll be okay.
Okay, thanks, Donnie.
These are getting kind of staticky. I better slow down, eh?
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
Getting in a hurry. Those Coronas are calling.
Yeah.
Probably got about 900 kilometers already today, so it's almost enough.
These smooth operators manage to make good time through the mountains. But after the construction delay, they have to call it a day, a bit behind schedule. They are about 150 kilometers shy of Merritt. It will have to do for today. The guys unwind after a day of deep concentration on the highways. It takes a team to make these big hauls safely and efficiently. They've got each other's backs. Before the morning dew even has a chance to settle, the team is up and checking their load before the last mountain stretch.
Good.
There's no messing around when it comes to safety, and the guys know to check and double check before starting on the roller coaster ride that is the Coquihalla Highway. After a quick rest and reboot, wheels are rolling well before sunrise to ensure a timely delivery of this oversized package.
Day 2, got a pretty good start on it this morning. There's a couple steep grades there that kind of got to be on the ball there. It could get away from you in a pretty big hurry if you're not paying attention. Just go down the hill slow, and you can only go down as fast as you probably should be going up them hills there.
It may be pretty in these parts, but the drivers keep their heads in the game. One false move, and a truck can be tossed.
We'll see what it looks like when we get closer to traffic. Once we get in here, everybody will get together a little tighter here, and we'll all get to the barge together, back them all on, and then we're free for a few hours.
Yeah, we're getting a red.
And now that the morning rush has started, the drivers have to deal with sudden stops and impatient morning commuters.
We better get over soon. I'm gonna have to stop again.
Okay, I got her chopped off now.
Doesn't matter what we do from here on in, guys, and no one's gonna be happy with us anyway, so let's just do what we have to do.
Yeah, definitely.
When we get at the bottom of the next hill, which is going through the park, I'll give you a heads up where the cliff is, and you're gonna have to watch that.
After navigating the ups and downs of the mountain highway, it's time to negotiate the stops and starts of city driving. The team navigates these city streets like the old pros they are. The mammoth scrapers gracefully roll on towards their destination. As the last section of the scraper nears its pickup point, the crew is on standby, just waiting to load them up. And after some trying moments, success. The machines arrive at the barge ahead of schedule. A quick pat on the back, and the guys are back at work. They've got to come up with a plan to get this oversized load afloat. Good thing there are guys like Jeff Drubel on this crew. He's been around the block a few times in his 37 years as a driver.
Well, we got the one load on the left, and we're just gonna pin all the Jeeps to it. So that way the Jeeps are out of the way. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. Having them pinned to each other is gonna be the least amount of space. What I'm hoping to do with this one is fit it in, jackknife it into place. I think we're gonna have to get inventive. Oh, MacGyver time.
He knows how to sweet talk these babies into submission. Just call him the Wide Load Whisperer.
That's her? Right on. If you can work it at all that you can get in there, back up, and as you're backing up, you're at an angle. So that way your trailer is actually moving forward. As you back up, take it right into that corner.
Well, Manuel, you go get your truck, but line yourself up so that if it's not enough, then you can just wiggle.
Let's just stuff him in there and work his front end, and let's just see what we got with that.
Time is running out to get these monster machines waterborne. If the tide goes out too far, it's no dice. But precision and not panic is the plan of attack.
Okay, so what's gonna happen at this point, when you're backing up, at the angle that you're backing up, your pivoting point now is gonna be your booster. So with all this loose gravel, your trailer itself is gonna start sliding, right? We've got about a foot to the fender.
With inches to spare, the crew managed to fit these mammoth pieces together like one giant puzzle. A job well done, but with the barge packed so tightly, the Kidco crew hope they can get this heavy load unloaded. With the machines on their way to the island, the guys head to the passenger ferry to join the other civilians for the journey. Leaving the long drive across the land behind them, the soothing seas set the mood for Vancouver Island. full speed ahead. If a dimly lit nighttime offload wasn't going to be tricky enough, how's this for another wrench in the system? The barge was loaded with the understanding that the rigs could drive straight off. Not the case. This dock landing can't accommodate the front ramp of the barge, so this can of sardines needs to get unloaded backwards. The guys were lucky just to get the ramp down, but not without some collateral damage.
Okay, that's a tight fit. Yeah, it's like we parked them with a tape measure, right?
Yeah.
Just gotta make sure I don't hit the tractor there, yep.
Hooking up, unloading, shifting and shimming is the offload process. Not exactly a typical night.
We get one shot. What I mean by that is once the trident starts to go, we can't stop. Whoa, 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 whoa. New.
Backing it into the...
Yeah, now crank that front end this way, hard. No, that's good, no.
Just like the loading, the unloading is a precise operation. Every inch counts. It wasn't easy, but it was a success. One tire down, but two 657 scrapers ready to report for duty. The guys had enough time to steal a few Z's. Now they're coffeeed up and going over the route one last time, so everyone's on the same page.
Because you've got 4 lanes
on the oncoming,
on that bridge, you got to sneak over 2.
You go left.
But if you stay in this lane, you're going to end up running into something.
Right.
You got to get right over.
There's got to be a reason.
It's the last leg of the journey for the drivers after this long haul, and negotiating tiny country roads is no small task.
Not so bad so far. It's been a few stall outs and stuff, but we've got a good crew here. We can all work together well, and once we've got them offloaded and our trailers and reloaded again and heading back to the ferries and back home, it's a big weight off our shoulders and job well done.
The winding roads of Vancouver Island can get tricky.
Did you run over the skunk in the road?
But at this point, the team is dialed right into the task at hand. All focus is on executing this delivery.
Wow.
Welcome to Royal Bay. Quite a sight for some sore eyes.
Okay, all good? Just go up a little bit. Walk with it and get the chain to tighten up and see if it'll start to go.
Without wasting any time, the guys meet up with 2 mechanics from Finning who have come to get these scrapers back in one piece.
Getting onto a 57 is just badass. They're wicked. The amount of dirt that Kidco moves in a day is unbelievable. Time to go beat them up. Time to go move some dirt.
And now, the moment they've been waiting for.
See if she fires up.
Purrs like a kitten. Now that the 657 scrapers have joined the party, it's time to get down to business. Because contrary to popular opinion, dirt's not cheap.
We don't normally see this kind of a machine in this area. Yeah, this is the biggest I've worked on, yeah.
They've been maintained and taken care of really well, so it was a pretty smooth process.
Oh, it's so much power, shifting gears beautifully. Oh man, lots of power.
After a job well done, it's back to Alberta for the Kidco hauling crew. Thanks to their hard work and determination, the scrapers are on the island and back in one piece.
We went over the mountains, across the water, through the valleys. There's probably 1,000 steps involved in what we had to do here, and it just takes a little bit of time for every one of them. Yeah, we're okay.
Yeah, it was a challenge, you know, taking that oversized through the mountains. We got the guys with experience there guiding the younger guys along, and it helps a lot.
Well, we successfully delivered 2 657 scrapers. You know, it's a big effort.
Let's get the hell out of here.
It was a long road with a few bumps and a few laughs. There were some sights to be seen and a few problems to solve. But all in all, a good few days of hard work. It won't be long before the new high school opens in Royal Bay, and shortly after that, the houses will start to go up and the streets will be filled with friendly faces. This entire site is being dug in a bowl shape so that all of the homes will have a beautiful view of the ocean. These machines have transformed this former industrial gravel pit into an area fit for a neighborhood, and a neighborhood fit for kings.
We're moving along pretty good. Haven't had no rain days. Over 10,000 cubes a day, moving dirt, steady.
At the peak of construction, Kidco had 32 machines on the go, including 6 657 scrapers and 1 627 scraper, quarry trucks, excavators, articulating dump trucks, graders, dozers, and water wagons, plus a few other pieces of support equipment.
Yeah, we've moved a few hills over here. The landscape's changing. Still got lots of cuts, so 3,000 houses are going in here. Kidco's the dirt superstore, so that's why we're here.
40 Kidco employees made the journey out to the island to help complete this project, and many locals were hired and helped in the efforts as well.
Very much on the throttle all day long. You gotta learn how to hang out like one of the guys. All right, here we go. It's getting a little rough.
Without Kidco's big equipment, this job couldn't have been completed in such a short time. The competitors predicted this job would take 3 years. In under 6 months, Kidco Construction moved 2.3 million cubic meters of dirt. Kidco, exceeding expectations, getting her done. It's time to move the earth.